Alright, so I'm going to show you how to ink up your etching plates. I have my paper soaking in water for 5 minutes, and I've blotted it dry waiting for me to go here. So I'm going to ink up my etching plates. I have newspaper underneath my workspace because this ink is very messy. And I have my printing plate, my etch plate. The etch side, the scratch side, is facing up. So I lay that down. I'm going to use, because I want to mix colors, I'm going to use an extra piece of plexiglass and a palette knife to mix colors. I only have red, yellow, blue, white, and black. So anything you want to mix, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to make a violet, so I need to mix both red and blue. So I'm going to get some blue. Make sure my ink, here's my ink. Make sure if it looks like it's separated, I stir it up. If it's okay, then I just get a little scoop on the back side of my palette knife, put it on the extra piece of plexiglass. And then clean off this palette knife, or get a clean palette knife because you don't want to mix in the jar. Make sure you're wearing gloves because this ink stains your fingers, and it'll take a little bit to get that ink to come off. I have medium size on large size. So now the red, and you can see the red is kind of separated out, so I definitely need to mix that up. So take a scoop of red, and I put it right in the blue. And if I wanted a lighter, I should have started with my white, and I just put the wrong lid on there. So now there's blue on the top of the red. Okay, I'll have to clean that later. And then you just mix it with your palette knife to make your violet. This is going to make a nice dark violet. But I want to make sure I get as much as I can mixed together because I don't want streaks of red in it or streaks of blue. Etching doesn't take a whole lot of mixing or a whole lot of ink, but if you're going to use it several times in a row in one class period, you can mix up a bunch. Otherwise, it's just kind of a waste. Okay, I'm pretty well mixed up. All right, now I'm going to take a little piece of cardboard that I have, and I'm going to get a little bit on the edge here, on one of the edges, a little bit of ink on the edges, and I'm going to go across the whole plate, pressing that into it. Still, it's kind of blue, isn't it? Oh well, we'll go with it. It should be different enough from my other blue, from my regular blue, to be able to do this. Probably had more blue than red. I'm squeezing it into the grooves. Whatever I scratch is where it's going to sit. And I don't want too much ink on there. I just need enough to go down in the grooves. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to take a piece of wiping fabric, which looks like see-through, kind of gauze-like stuff. And I'm going to wad it up. And I am lightly going to wipe away hopefully enough to where it just leaves the design. It's going to have a little bit of my other color in there. A little bit beyond the design, but that's okay. Some of it off its edges here. My gloves are messy, so I keep making new marks. Okay. So I've got it all wiped off. Now I'm going to take a piece of newspaper. It doesn't need to be a very big piece. Just big enough that I'll lay on top. I'm going to lay it on top of there and just kind of rub it. I'm not moving it because I'm just trying to remove a little bit off the top. I'm not trying to remove from the groove. So that's how you ink up your printing plates. Next, I'm going to lay this on the printing press and then lay the paper on it and roll it through.